Hello everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we learned about Stackblitz environment. In this video, we will write our first JavaScript statement. Let's get started. I'm already logged into Stackblitz. Let's open the last project that we created in the last video. Since this is JavaScript project, Stackblitz apparently by default opens the index.js file. Let's create the contents of this file. Now let's write our first JavaScript statement, and that is console.log. So I wrote here console.log bismillah, and we don't see any result. Console.log writes its output in the console window, and that is right here. So let's bring it up, and you can see that bismillah is written over here. So this is console.log. Basically what it does, it writes the output or the logging information in the console window. Let's try a few other methods. As you can see, console API has quite a few methods. The one method we tried first was log, and we wrote bismillah with that. The other method in console API is warn, and we wrote this is warning message, and you can look at that the message, warning message, has a warning icon next to it, and the color of that icon is yellow. And then the console.error, this is the error message. You can see that the error message displays in our red highlighted background with the white font color with the warning icon on it. If you have not noticed that as soon as I was typing console.log, console.warn, console.error, those messages were immediately appearing in the console window, and I had not even hit enter yet. The reason for that is the Stackblitz magic, and that magic happens over here in the settings area. If you click on it, here you can see the reload mechanism, which is hot reload, and the hot reload trigger is added auto. So with this setting, as soon as you type in something in the index.js file, and if it is console.log or even the HTML related text, that will immediately appear in the related window. In our case, we are just typing console statements, so they are appearing in the console window. Now, since we have seen a few examples of console API, let's look at it, what it is and what other method it has. So here is the console API. The console API provides functionality to allow developers to perform debugging tasks such as logging messages or the values of variables at set points in your code. Console.log is the most commonly used method. Please note console API is also commonly referred as console object. Even though console.log is the most commonly used method in console API, there are other methods in the API. We have already looked at the error and warn methods along with the log method. Here is the list of the other methods available in the console API for your reference. Since you are just starting out with coding, I would recommend to focus on console.log method for now, and later as you are more comfortable with coding and you know a little bit more about JavaScript, then you can explore these methods as you may please. Next, here is the illustration that should make it clear how the console is used and where we see its output. Please don't worry about the code if you don't understand this code yet. Just focus on the highlighted text and what their effect is during runtime. As you can see, most of this code example is just displaying content on the page, which is to create 5 div elements starting with 0 to 4, and the console.log, it outputs its messages in the console window. Let's look at the same example as our running code. As you can see that when the JavaScript code is executing, the JavaScript statements which are related to the web page, the output of those statements is on the web page itself, whereas the console.log statements, the output of that doesn't get into the web page. Instead, the console.log outputs its messages in the console window. Now, since we have seen how to use console.log or console on the Stackblitz, let's see how we can use the same console in our browser windows. It could be Google Chrome, Firefox, or Microsoft Edge. Here you can see that I have opened the Google Chrome window and have typed console.log, and the message, as soon as I hit enter, the message gets displayed right in the console window. Same is for the Firefox as well as the Microsoft Edge. And here are the hotkeys to display the console window on each environment. Apparently all the browsers share the same hotkey for both Windows as well as Mac. For Windows, to bring up the console window is Control plus Shift plus I, and for Mac it is Options plus Command plus I. And here is another way of bringing the console window. In Chrome, you click on this kebab icon, these 3 dots, they are called kebab icon, and then you click on the more tools and then the developer tool. And for Firefox, you click on this icon here with the green dot, and then the more tools, and after that you click on the web developer tools, and you can see the hotkeys displayed next to each one of them. And for Microsoft Edge, it's the kebab icon, horizontal kebab icon, and more tools, and then the developer tools. There you go. Now you know what is console and when to use it. The common use is to log the debugging or logging messages in the console window. In the next video, we will look into how to use comments in JavaScript so that not only us but someone else who is reading our code can better understand the code. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time.